anybody's division.
Yeah, just keep winning series and just make some noise and see what happens. But you got to win that first game of the series. That's the most important thing. Win that first inning and then win this first game of the series and see what happens after that.
Now, the Angels are 19-15 since May 22nd, so they can continue to build and add to that above 500 record as they go on here. They'll start to cut into whatever deficits they have in the American League West and the wild card, which is also wide open. The Angels' batting order tonight is brought to you by Simpson Chevy as Zach Neto leads it off. Denzer Guzman hits second and plays third base. He's done both of those things well of late. Shotwell at first, Soler's the DH, Meckler in left, Joe Adell in right field, Oswald Peraza back at second. Josh Lowe has started to swing the bat well since returning from AAA, including his grand slam yesterday. Logan O'Hoppe behind the plate as we await the Mariners to take the field here at T-Mobile Park. It feels like, I don't even know, it feels like it's March or November. I don't know. It doesn't feel like summer. I know that.
No, it's a little cooler, but at least the roof is open. I know how much you love that, Wayne.
Well, the roof is open. We can see all the clouds that are overhead here at T-Mobile Park tonight as the Angels and Mariners open up this three-game series. And it's George Kirby, who had two immaculate starts against the Halos last year, striking out 14 two different times on the mound.
Yeah, his fastball is even more consistent as far as average velocity. This season, he'll throw a fastball, he'll throw a sweeper, curveball, changeup, and cut fastball. My go-tos to have some more success against him. You mentioned how good he has been in the past against the Halos, but power that elevated fastball, it hasn't been as dominant. 301 batting average with 7 home runs allowed on his fastball, and success on his curveball also. A 484 batting average versus his curveball. This season doesn't throw a ton of curveballs, but when he does, be ready to make good hard contact. And the defense behind Kirby. You know he's going to be throwing strikes. You know he's going to be working quickly. So as an infielder, you got to be ready. And right now you have Emerson taking over that shortstop position. J.B. Crawford, we've seen so many times the shortstops move over to third. So far this season, 1 defensive run saved at the shortstop position. He's played 20 at short, 15 at third. They feel it's better. Combination with Emerson is at the shortstop position. Cal Raleigh we're seeing back behind the plate here for the M's.
Very young middle infield for the Mariners. Emerson just 20 years old. Cole Young just 22 years old. So these two at short and second base. And the Mariners hope for the foreseeable future. They've already committed to Emerson long term, giving him an 8-year contract before he even played his first major league game.
And the guy out in center field is still young. You just feel like he isn't young because he's been playing for so long.
He's only 25 still, yes. Julio Rodriguez in center field. They already gave him his long-term commitment a few years back, and he has certainly evolved into a dynamic center fielder day in and day out. Trying to lead this Mariners team. Seattle has had trouble scoring runs lately. They have fallen back below 500. They just haven't played well, and they really haven't hit well with runners in scoring position. We'll get into all that as we go for the next 4 days and 3 games between the Angels and the Mariners. A little World Cup timeout in the middle of this series on Wednesday.
Goals about.
Zach Neto starts it off tonight. The first pitch is swung on and missed. It's 0-1. A first pitch sweeper from Kirby. He's walked a few more hitters these days because he's trying to generate more chases. His fastball, for whatever reason, has been more hittable.
Yeah, and he hasn't had as many strikeouts either this year.
He does have Neto behind here. No balls and 2 strikes, 2 sweepers to start the game.
And you were thinking about fastball success for Neto this season. He's got 12 home runs versus fastballs with a 279 batting average, over 580 slug. So far, Kirby goes, well, let me try something different with a couple sweepers in a row.
Neto's never had a hit against George Kirby in his career, trying to get his first as the count remains 0-2. 17 home runs for Neto. He's hit 16 of them in the #1 spot in the order. Trying to become the first Angel to get to 17 before July 1st. Tied with Darren Erstad right now. And he drives this one out toward left center field. This one headed for the gap as it falls in and rolls all the way to the wall. So Neto gets his first career hit against Kirby. It comes on an 0-2 pitch, and the Angels with the leadoff man in scoring position.
You know, he tried to sneak a fastball. It was a firm one, 98, but it was elevated, and just like that, that double scoring position. Neto. We were having fun when he was walking by Eric and I in the pregame show. We said, oh, we're ready to jump on that fastball from Kirby. Well, he jumped on one, although it was with 2 strikes on him, in scoring position right away.
That's the 107th hit allowed by George Kirby this year. That's the most in the American League. It's just because the fastball is just not generating the swings and misses. It seems like the book is out. He's going to throw high fastballs, and a lot of players are ready for it. It's actually helped him get a lot more ground balls because players are expecting that fastball to be so far up, they kind of swing on top of some of them and hit him into the ground.
Yeah, I think the hitters have done a nice job of bringing his four-seamer and even sinker in the strike zone now.
Denzer Guzman is at the plate with Neto at second base, and he grounds one to the right side off Naylor's glove into right field. Zach Neto comes home, and the Angels waste no time. They have a 1-0 lead, 2 batters in.
And what you were watching there, and this is a kid hitting the baseball. Denzer Guzman, he was trying to hit the ball to the right side of the infield and ends up getting an RBI single out of it. This is a good swing on it. And another fastball, middle part of the plate, results in an early run. You can see exactly what he was doing, Wayne. He was trying to go that way. That's what you want to see from this club. Doing the little things to put yourself in position to score runs against a very, very good pitcher like this.
That's why they have scored so many runs, dating back now to May 22nd. A 5-week stretch, and when they are second highest in runs scored in all of baseball, they're 4 games over 500 since then. And, well, they still have a long way to go to catch up and get back to that 500 range. They're not that far out in either the wild card or the division. And as we've said before, any team, and that means any team in the American League that gets hot in the second half has a chance. Shonowell, it's a chopper to second base. Young flips to Emerson, and that's an easy double play. Kirby now has induced 14 double plays. That's the most in the major league.
That's incredible when you think about a guy that does a lot more four-seamers. When you look at his four-seam success as compared to last year to this season, you know, the run value +7 run value last year, -1. Batting average up 61 points. Slugging percentage up 140 points. Strikeout percentage way down. Same thing with whiff percentage. A lot more of those four-seamers. Even though the velocity itself is up, it's a lot more in the strike zone.
Strike one to Jorge Soler. Kirby's always been a strike thrower. Early in his career especially, was up there with the lowest walk to strikeout ratio in Major League history. No balls and 1 strike, and a wave on Soler swinging at a pitch nowhere near the plate.
Yeah, as a hitter, when you're facing Kirby, you know he's throwing strikes. He's going to pound the zone, so you just got to be up there being aggressive. Yeah, first pitch success. 1 home run, 314 batting average, but it's good to see Neto get him this time again.
That's off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. First time Neto's had a hit off Kirby. Turns into a run, thanks to Denzer Guzman's RBI single. And now Guzman on base in 16 straight games, tied with Soler for the second longest streak in the American League. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the big designated hitter of the Angels, Jorge Soler.
And that 301 batting average versus fastball will go up a little more so with 2 more hits on his fastball here in the first inning. We talked about the need to score early. Right away, the Halos on the board.
Soler lays off, 2-2 the count. Angels have scored first quite often through the month of June. Looking to make this a winning month. They need to win either today or tomorrow to secure an above 500 record for June. Or you could just win both.
Yeah, I would say win both. That means you'll definitely win the series, if my math is correct.
That is true.
Even though there is an off day on Wednesday.
That is bizarre. Angels entering this series with back-to-back series wins over Baltimore and the A's. They've won 4 straight series at home now for the first time in 4 years. Soler chops one to third. That's J.P. Crawford's new spot. And Naylor had to go into the splits to handle that catch, but the inning is over and the Angels have a 1-0 lead. Well, Ryan Johnson will look to keep the momentum going after a really good outing against Baltimore his last time.
Yeah, a lot more confident, a lot more pitches on the edges and avoided the middle part of the plate. My go-to is for Ryan Johnson to continue what he did after that first inning up in West Sacramento and dominate against Baltimore. Use that cutter as an out pitch. 9 strikeouts, a 25% whiff percentage, but get swings below the zone on his splitter. It's almost a 39% whiff percentage on a splitter with 4 punch-outs. He used that pitch a lot more last time out against Baltimore.
It's a strange angle for a splitter. I mean, with the way that Johnson gravitates toward home plate and pushes the ball to the plate, all of a sudden that splitter drops out of sight really out of nowhere. 1 ball, 1 strike on Crawford. Not the typical angle you'll see a splitter come from.
Yeah, I usually think more of the over the top one. A better chance to have that thing go straight down. But that delivery, especially for the full windup, is very deceiving. There's that good cutter.
He threw some of those too, and that was just the whole mix of fastballs that kept the Orioles off balance in that last start. He threw the 4-seamer, the 2-seamer, the cutter, mixed in that splitter, and was on his way to taking a no-hitter into the 6th inning against Baltimore last time. He misses inside to Crawford here. It's 2-2. That start against the Orioles made him the 6th Angel rookie. Pitch at least 6 shutout innings, giving up no more than 1 hit and striking out at least 8. There's a 1-hopper to Neto behind second base, and Crawford's the first out. Julio Rodriguez has crushed the Angels in his career. He bats second behind Crawford. Canzone's been one of their best hitters this year. He's hitting third. Rosarena's done a nice job as well. The Naylor and Raleigh, 2 guys they depend on, have not delivered this season.
This guy right here at the plate, this is so much confidence going against anybody with that Angel red on.
Waves and misses here. That cutter swayed away from Rodriguez. He does lead all active players in career OPS against the Angels. Johnson bends that breaking ball in to make it 0-2. It's been just a so-so year for Julio. 14 home runs, hitting .253. Chops this one to second base. Perfectly played is Peraza. 2 outs.
And a defense behind Johnson right on cue with Peraza at second base fielding that ground ball. 6 defensive runs saved at second base. Been a nice play yesterday there too. He's turned 20 double plays. Zach Neto, his partner up there in the middle, has been very much more consistent himself defensively. Guzman's been really solid at third. Sean Noel, Hoppy behind the plate. Meckler, Lowe, and Adele in the outfield. The infield should get a lot of action with Ryan Johnson on the mound. He's getting a lot more ground balls over the last time out.
Well, he certainly already has today. 2 for 2 as Canzone's down 0-1. Yesterday, the Mariners scored 5 runs. They almost had a parade. It's the first time since June 12th. And here's a bouncing ball again. 3 in a row here in the first. Easy ones for Ryan Johnson.
time now for Hyundai. Key for the game today. We're in Seattle. Jimi Hendrix, all-time great guitar player. Miss him. All along the watchtower, watching for that high fastball. We saw Zach Neto rope a double on a high fastball against Kirby. So look for that high fastball along that watchtower and do some damage and score some more runs here after one in the first inning.
Jimi Hendrix, pride of Seattle.
Yes.
Forget Garth in the Wayne's World movie, Dancing to Foxy Lady. Remember that one?
Yes, you can never not remember that.
Party on, Garth. Party on, Gooby.
Yeah.
Wade Meckler leads off here in the second as the Angels have.
It is Wayne's World.
No question. Ball one. Wade Meckler could make it Wade's World if he has another good ball game. He could use one. That average has dipped a bit down to 283 now. He was hitting everything in sight when he first came up. 1 ball, 1 strike on Meckler. How about that dog we showed earlier after one of our open segments that was named Gooby?
Yes.
Wonder if Angels fans name their dogs Gooby after you routinely. You know, a lot of dogs in the Chicago area are named Wrigley.
Yes.
It happens. I'm sure a lot of dogs around here are named Griffey, right?
Quite a few of them.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Meckler. So it would be natural that dogs around Orange County are named Gooby.
Instead of Scooby, it would be Gooby.
Swing and a miss by Meckler. That's the first strikeout for Kirby. Gooby right there. Yeah, you and that dog, I think, are kindred spirits.
Yes, we are. Way to go, Gooby. Way to bring it.
He's looking to eat a pretzel.
Yes.
I can tell by the way he's licking his lips there. 1 out, nobody on as Joe Adell stands in.
By the way, day is made with that right there. That's perfect.
Adell lines one toward right center. It's right at Julio. 2 outs. And George Kirby getting his first strikeout today. Those 2 games he had last year against the Angels, in which he had 14 strikeouts twice. It was unbelievable what he did. June 8th at Angel Stadium and September 14th here. No walks in either of those games.
His control was unreal. By the way, that baseball was at 108.7 off the bat for Joe. He's got 9 career home runs against Seattle. You remember that grand slam, that pinch hit grand slam he had here.
Only player in Major League history to have 14 strikeouts and no walks twice in a season against the Angels. Only a couple other pitchers even had similar instances against other teams over the years, the way that Kirby did against the Angels last year. Though it wasn't really a great season for Kirby last year, and it really hasn't been so far this year either. 2 balls and no strikes as Peraza breaks his bat, grounding one to Cole Young at second base. That's a 1-2-3 inning.
Welcome back to Seattle. Josh Lowe coming off his first career grand slam in the ballgame yesterday. One of 6 different halos to hit a grand slam for the team this season, and it was certainly a memorable moment for a couple of different reasons. Yes, you've got the first career grand slam, but he was actually cracking up, laughing, rounding the bases the whole time, because 2 pitches prior, he said he took what can only be described as an unfortunate foul ball. But he was able to regroup, said it just took him out of the at-bat a little bit, just got up there, looked for a good pitch to hit, put a good swing on it. But certainly a funny moment for him to remember his first career grand slam. There's the list of the guys to hit a slam this season. Kurt Suzuki said Josh is in a good place right now, and he's excited about that.
Yeah, what he's done his last 4 games, a batting average over 400, 417. He caught that cutter out in front. The only thing you were thinking about it, would he go foul? He jumped on that up and in cutter and kept it fair for a grand slam.
2004, the last time the Angels had 6 different players with a grand slam as Rosarena fouls one off. 1983, the only season in which the Angels have had 7 different players hit a grand slam. So someone who wasn't on that list will have to do it to tie that franchise record.
Well, you do have Trout, you'll have Neto, you have Ohapi available to join that list.
That could be 8 or 9 then.
Yes.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Randy Arozarena leading off here in the 2nd inning. This reaches out and lifts a fly ball to left center. Meckler goes back. Ball hit pretty far for Arozarena, being as far out in front as he was, but he flies out and that's 1 away.
Yeah, he got him out on a sweeper, but it's really been his cutter. When you go back to what he did with his cutter that last time out, it was a dominant pitch. 27 thrown, 20 strikes with it. Just 1 hit allowed. He had 6 outs, but also the most important thing is 5 strikeouts. That's not an easy pitch for me waiting to get a lot of strikeouts. A cutter, usually that's towards the end of the bat. It's usually be some soft contact made. 5 strikeouts with, that's amazing.
Ball 1 to Josh Naylor, who seemed to irritate his former teammates with Cleveland over the weekend. Austin Hedges screaming from home plate that nobody likes you to Naylor. It didn't seem all that playful to me. It seemed like there was some serious bickering happening between Naylor and Hedges.
Well, he definitely brings an edge to your team. And I mean, every game he plays, he's got that hockey player mentality.
He rolls this one over foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Played a lot of goalie growing up in Canada, Naylor. And you could see some of that goalie come out of him when he's fielding ground balls at first base.
Yeah, he's going to make sure that baseball doesn't get by him, that's for sure. He's going to wear it if it has to, even a bad hop.
Naylor re-signed with the Mariners over the offseason after having a very strong postseason for Seattle last year. Mariners said he was their #1 priority going into the offseason. They gave him $92 million. So at least someone likes him, despite what Austin Hedges said. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Naylor.
Trying to backdoor that cutter, just missed off the outside corner though.
From Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, Naylor hits a chopper toward first, and that's Nolan Shonowell with the scoop and the out. That's 4 ground ball outs out of 5, plus on the 1 fly out you had Rosarena way out in front, so Johnson has not given up any hard contact yet.
And he makes it match another out on his splitter that was down. Going to need that pitch with all the left-handed batters in this lineup for Seattle tonight.
Brings up Cal Raleigh, who had one of the great offensive seasons by a catcher in Major League history last year when he had 60 home runs. This year so far he's hit just 165. He's hit 8 home runs on the season. He had that oblique injury. He's had an 0 for 36 slump, and since coming back from the IL, he's just 7 for 39.
And a little bit of a difference in his bat speed this season. Hard hit rate, exit velocity, but he's still an extremely dangerous hitter, especially when he's ahead of the count here. 2-0.
Out in front of that, he grounds it foul. He was already over 30 home runs by this time last year. Only 1 player in the major leagues so far this year has reached 30, and that's Kyle Schwarber.
So far in this game, Ryan Johnson's done a nice job of keeping the hitters out in front and off balance with swings.
They've been way out in front early on here. 2-1. Raleigh takes ball 3. First time we've really seen Johnson fall behind. He's retired the first 5 in a row. Remember, in his last start, he didn't give up a hit until the 6th inning. It's a full
nice,
count now
nice
on Raleigh.
cutter. And a fastball count like that too, Wayne. I mean, here's a good fastball hit. He threw him a cutter. It kind of froze him.
Three balls, two strikes on Raleigh. Fly ball toward the left side. It's Guzman backing up, waving for it, and grabbing it to end the inning. 1-2-3 in the second for Johnson. Kia player profile for Josh Lowe has heated up since coming back from Salt Lake.
Yeah, a lot more confidence getting out front with the bat, making good hard contact. He'll stay on the baseball a lot longer. 5 for 12 with a grand slam, an OPS over 1,000. The Halos have been playing good baseball with him. It gives a balance in there, and that grand slam, I just love the way he brought his hands in on that one. This, you see how quick you have to be on a cutter up and in like that and hit a grand slam, and that smile on his face was so good.
The only run scored for the Angels yesterday, all they needed in a 4-1 win. It's low, it's a fly ball foul out of play. Sam Aldeguerri did well from the start. Sammy Natera, his first major league save in the end, and the Angels are once again able to pitch a really good game against the A's.
And Aldeguerri did so good yesterday, having the hitters sitting on his changeup, and he threw his fastball so effectively.
Low behind here, no balls, two strikes against Kirby leading off the third. Low acquired from the Rays in the offseason. It was a very slow start to the year, and the Angels eventually optioned him out. High fastball missed, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And since coming back, things have been better for Lowe. See if he can keep it going.
Picked up another stolen base too. I mean, we know how good of a threat he is when he's on the bases too.
More of an open stance now for Lowe since coming back as he grounds one foul.
It's allowing him to clear his hips a little bit more so, Wayne, to be able to get the barrel out quicker, making contact in front of the plate instead of deep in the zone. Sometimes you'll see hitters say let the baseball travel. I think he's more effective when he can get that out in front of the plate.
He's a great athlete, and we've said it before. He just looks like a professional athlete. I mean, if you were just drawing one of what you think a professional athlete looks like, you'd probably draw someone who looks a lot like Josh Lowe. One ball, 2 strikes. Of course, Lowe maybe could be in a movie playing a professional athlete, such as Little Big League, which debuted in theaters today in 1994, which had a lot of big leaguers in it.
Yes.
Including Ken Griffey Jr. and Randy Johnson. Kevin Elster, too.
Legend of Kevin Elster.
Fly ball to left center. Rodriguez and Arozarena converge, and it's Arozarena who makes the catch. 1 out.
Go back to last year what George Kirby did against the Halos. Take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. How dominant he was with those 37 strikeouts, 18 on his four-seam fastball, 8 on the sweeper, sinker, 7 knuckle curve, and splitter with 1. But common denominator there was a lot of high four-seam fastballs. Now that four-seam fastball this season has been hit a lot harder.
And therefore, a strike to Logan O'Hoppe. O'Hoppe has had his struggles with Kirby over the years as well. You see only 2 other instances of pitchers dominating a single opponent in the same season the way Kirby did last year. As O'Hoppe drills one to the left field corner, but it hooks foul.
Had home run distance too, just a little bit foul. Sweeper.
No balls, 2 strikes. As Logan lays off the high fastball there, it's 1-2.
That's the key when we go back to what we just saw in our StatCast 3D, where a lot of those four-seam fastballs were. It was above the strike zone. Good take by O'Hoppe.
2 balls, 2 strikes now. A battle of New Yorkers here. Logan from Long Island and Kirby from Rye, New York. To Rye High School, same high school that B.J. Surhoff went to.
He was a tremendous player himself.
Swing and a miss. It was a changeup there, one of the few we've seen from Kirby here early on. Second strikeout as O'Hoppe now has fanned 8 times in 13 at bats lifetime against Kirby.
And watch his reaction to after he swung at that changeup there. He's like, wait a minute, a changeup? So you're throwing me sweepers, sliders, sinker, four-seam fastball, and you drop a changeup on me?
O'Hoppe tipped his helmet.
Yes, you got me on that one. I'll give you that.
2 out, nobody on. Here's Neto, lifts one out toward left. This is deep. Arozarena back out near the wall, and Zach Neto says goodbye.
Oh yes, we said he'd get him in the pregame show, and he got him. Jumping on the first pitch. This time though, a sweeper. And look at that dancing going out there. Look at Brent Suter. He's amazing. He is a thing of beauty. Speaking of thing of beauty, how about that swing? A double and a home run already. 2 runs scored and an RBI for Mac Neto. He's got 18 home runs now, 17 doubles, and 2 triples.
It's been an extra base hit machine this year. And the Angels now have a 2-0 lead. Neto has scored both runs. Angels lead the majors in home runs on the road. That's their 64th. Here's a liner right to the second baseman Young to end the inning. But Zach Neto time here in Seattle. He has helped the Angels out to a 2-0 lead.
Little hanger. And it's gone. Good swing. The lift for Neto.
James Wood, Jordan Walker, and C.J. Abrams, all all-star potential players in the National League, with 15+ home runs and doubles, plus 10 or more steals on the year. He's hit his 18th home run of the season here in the 3rd inning tonight. Cole Young leads off the home half for Seattle. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I've been 0 for 7 against Kirby. Zach Neto double, run scored, solo shot.
Johnson behind here. 3 balls and 1 strike on Young leading off in the inning. Young had a really good start to the year. He's cooled off though since a red hot April. Johnson catches the outside corner there to make it 3-2.
Backdoor cutter. Might have got a break on that one.
That ball drilled out towards straightaway center. It's Josh Lowe back out near the wall, and that's gone. So Cole Young punches out a home run, and the Mariners get one back. It's a 2-1 Angels lead.
The sinker was down the heart of the plate. We mentioned that game against Baltimore. None, really, the entire game, no pitches were really center cut. And that was center cut there in that sinker. I mean, right down the heart of the plate, that sinker. He tries to pull it, maybe it's a different story. He stayed on it, dead center. Seattle responded to that home run by Neto.
It's the 8th home run this year for Young. He has hit half of them in the month of June. Mariners score more than half their runs on homers. Their issues have come with men in scoring position this season, as Victor Robles pops one up out of play.
Oh, almost went right into popcorn. Missed it by that much.
No balls, 2 strikes on Robles, who had a good day yesterday, and 3 stolen bases in the game against the Guardians. It's a fly ball here to right. It's Joe Adell waiting for it. 1 out. See how Seattle has just not scored much in the month of June. 13 straight games scoring 3 runs or fewer. Puts them right around 3.5 runs per game, last in the American League. They've actually hit under 200 with runners in scoring position. They haven't hit for power. They haven't had many clutch hits. It's just all around been a lack of offense that has sent Seattle back under 500 more than halfway through the season now. Here's the rookie Colt Emerson as he takes strike 1.
He's shown some pretty good power himself with 7 home runs already.
He's hit 5 of them in the month of June, but his average has slipped, batting just .205. The Mariners were 1 win away from the World Series last year, the closest they've ever come to winning the American League pennant. Seemed like coming into this year, it was just kind of taken for granted that both the Mariners and the Tigers, who met in that epic American League Division Series that went 15 innings in Game 5, would just march right back to the postseason and have another shot at the World Series. That's just not how it is.
Yeah. The American League is so wide open. We talked about it, this division. The entire American League is wide open.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
That swing and miss on a cutter. Nice bounce back after that home run. Ryan Johnson. First punch out.
Now 2 down, and Crawford will bat. I mean, as someone who's been to the postseason before, you can't just skip the regular season and go back there because you got close the year before.
Yeah, no, it's such a battle to get back there. You can't look forward to it. You can't look ahead. There's so many other teams that are thinking, okay, you had a good season. Your focus level is so much higher when you face a team that's been to the postseason. That's why I think Mookie Betts said it best last year. He goes, every single team, it's a World Series when they play the Dodgers. And it was last year. And they were fortunate enough to have a few things go their way in Game 7. Otherwise, they weren't winning the World Series last year.
They've taken care of business so far in the regular season this year, but the Mariners haven't. Tigers haven't. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Crawford. The Blue Jays haven't. I mean, the teams that were really right there in the American League playoffs last year, they're fighting to even have a chance to get to 500 right now. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Crawford as he foul tips it for strike 3. And Johnson back-to-back strikeouts, works back from a leadoff homer. It's now 2-1 Angels. America's 250th birthday with a patriotic hat. First 25,000 fans on Friday, July 3rd. That's this Friday against the Red Sox. We'll get that patriotic hat courtesy of Pechanga Resort Casino. Visit angels.com/promotions. And hey, look, we found Waldo.
Yes.
I've been looking for him. Nolan Shonowell starts the 4th as he takes ball 1.
Both pitchers mixing and matching different pitches in there. We saw change up to Hoppe drops a knuckle curve. The curveball's been hit pretty hard this season, though.
That ball's ripped to first, but Naylor able to make a stab at that to retire Shonowell. 1 away in the 4th. I think anybody under 35 even has any idea who Waldo is? I don't think so. The Home Depot's working on a win.
Maybe not.
Soler and Guzman keep their streaks going. That helps. Guzman already has tonight with an RBI single. Soler trying to punch his up to 17. Soler grounded out his first time. A lot of ground ball outs for Kirby. That's what we've seen this season. A 49% ground ball rate entering today.
And coming in, and his career is 45.
Only one who's really been able to get some lift today has been Neto, who launched a double into the gap in left center and then a home run in the 3rd. The Angels a 2-1 lead. Soler batting here with 1 out and nobody on. Rips one through the hole, and there you go. The on-base streak continues for Soler. 17 in a row. Second longest streak in the American League, only behind the Royals' Carter Jensen.
It's a couple sweepers that he's thrown in the middle of the plate against Soler. Last time he grounded out to Crawford. This time gets it by him in that hole between short and 3rd.
So man on for Meckler, who struck out his first time.
Meckler's looking for one of those high four-seam fastballs. That's the baseball he could pull and drive out.
Well, Kirby should oblige that. That's all he throws. Breaking ball landed for a strike there. George Kirby was exceptional his first few years in the major leagues. Had some almost video game like strikeout to walk ratios in the minor leagues.
You know, I'm going to say something odd, but sometimes when you throw so many strikes.
Well, the strike the batter is challenging.
Meckler wants to challenge
Yeah,
this
that's
one.
not going to be a strike that time. That's why.
And this almost on the ground. Look where this one lands.
Yes.
Ball's overturned. Time has 2 remaining challenges.
Yeah, that's slightly out of the strike zone. I think if you throw so many strikes, hitters become comfortable in the batter's box, even though his stuff is electric, don't get me wrong. But when you have a guy throws that many strikes, you never worry about that fastball in off the plate, or is it going to be something that I'm not going to be comfortable in the batter's box against.
1 ball, 1 strike. Now 2-1. It sounds counterproductive, but it seems to be the case with Kirby and with the other guys who throw a lot of strikes. How do you then mix that up to a point where you're able to get hitters more on their back foot?
You're just going to have to go out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to throw up and in and throw at a hitter. When you have that kind of control, you can do that.
Meckler inside outs one the other way and dribbles a single to left. So that's back-to-back hits to put Soler at second base and Meckler at first, and brings up Joe Adell, who had a good swing on Kirby the first time, lining out to center.
That was that 4-seam fastball. It's certainly not hit hard, but a contact made.
Kirby it takes it personally when he walks hitters. I mean, it's something that just truly bothers him deep down. It's been ingrained in him since he was a kid, learning how to pitch growing up. But how do you then get him out of that mentality when he takes it so personally when he walks people?
Yeah, it is a tough one, though, because you feel like you don't want to gift a base runner, too. You want to still be able to paint pitches, but I've said it often, when you're comfortable in the batter's box, you have a fighting chance.
There's Adell bouncing one softly to Emerson, flipped to second one, and over to first two. So Kirby adds 2 more double plays to his league-high ledger here tonight. Numbers against the Angels in his career OPS. Well, Mike Napoli just a little above where Julio is entering today. Oscar Gamble on that list.
Yes. Party in Napoli's. He had some majestic home runs as a halo, too, but really, well, he was a tough guy to get out for halo pitchers against his former battery mate.
No balls and a strike on Rodriguez, who chases badly there, and it's 0-2.
A splitter. He almost had a little cut action to a splitter.
We haven't seen many splitters here in the early going. We talked about the success of that pitch against the Orioles. Not as much so far tonight. No balls and 2 strikes on Rodriguez. A lot of sinkers and cutters to start this one for Ryan Johnson. 0-2 on Rodriguez, and that time didn't get him to chase the splitter again.
Still, it was a good idea because you got him to expand there. You had him set up for that pitch, and you went after him again. It's not a bad spot.
The previous one was the first swing and miss on a splitter tonight. So Rodriguez fouled that one not too far from our booth, just to our right. This is you can get a foul ball here.
Yeah, every once in a while. There's a couple spots on this wall behind us.
Yeah, there's one right behind your elbow there. That's perfect. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Because it's behind me. Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah, they must have fixed the wall. I feel like there have been other dents that aren't there anymore. Ground ball up the middle, and that's just perfectly hit between Peraza and Neto. Oh, it's Rodriguez with a leadoff single here in the 4th.
Now you have that threat of a stolen base.
First time that Johnson will pitch from the stretch now after the Orioles, or rather the Mariners, only had 1 hit through the first 3 innings. Last time the Orioles didn't have any hits until the 6th inning.
He changes things up. He's not quite as deceptive from the stretch.
It's Dominic Canzone, and it's Rodriguez at first. Good base runner.
Not easy to steal against. He's not allowed a stolen base yet.
He's so quick to the plate. Really just that burst out of the windup is missing. It's still a pretty quick pitch to the plate once he goes. Canzone just hit the very top of that ball foul.
It's amazing how quick he is. He's a tall pitcher out on the mound too.
Rodriguez has 12 stolen bases. He's been caught 3 times. The Mariners do run quite a bit. The Rosarena stealing 19 bags this year. Naylor has 14. Anytime you see a guy who's not that fast steal a lot of bases the way Naylor does, 2 things are at play. One, he's just a heads-up base runner. But then you think about the first base coach too and his role in that, and that's Eric Young Jr. coaching first base for the Mariners, former Angel. It's a challenge for Ohapi.
It's going to be pretty close.
Calls the ball. The catcher's challenging.
It might be all right though.
I think it's going to be a strike.
Yeah.
Angels challenge powered by T-Mobile, and it is a strike.
Calls overturned. Los Angeles has 2 remaining challenges. Count is 2-2.
That's huge. Goes from a 3-1 count to a 2-2 count. A little bit bigger lead for Julio Rodriguez.
Held on by Shonowell. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes on Canzone. The ground ball right to Shonowell. Steps on first, throws to second. It's there for the tag and a double play.
I'll tell you what, Shonowell has been throwing the ball a lot better to second base. We've seen a number of really solid throws of late. Steps on the bag, clears, throws to on the inside, and then that quick tag at second. Nice play all the way around. Getting that speed off the bases.
So 2 out and the base is empty now. Rosarena stands in. He flied out his first time. Tried to check his swing, and he did. 1 ball, no strikes. So Johnson's time pitching out of the stretch didn't last long. Double play erased the base runner. Rosarena gets hit by a pitch.
That's another good base runner there too.
I mentioned his team leading 19 stolen bases. So Rosarena is one of those guys that when he does get hit by a pitch, it's almost automatic that he's going to run.
Yeah, and usually it's the first pitch he'll go. All-time great stolen base leader, Rickey Henderson, late great Rickey Henderson, would automatically steal the base right after being hit by a pitch, first pitch.
100 steals and 100 hit by pitches over the years. Rosarena and a few others, including Mike Trout, on that list. Naylor fouls off the first pitch. Rosarena's 4th in the AL in stolen bases. Bobby Witt is number 1 with 28 for a Royals team that has given up too many runs this season. And Bobby's basically been their only offensive player as well. Along Caglione has been good. 0-1. Naylor dribbles one toward third. Nice job. Well, Guzman did a nice job to get in front of it, but then he never picked it. And the Mariners have runners on second and third.
Boy, he's been so good at third base. Had that odd spin to it.
Well, he played that well in surrounding the ball and getting in front of it the way he did, despite that spin. And then he just missed it.
Yeah, he's got plenty of time to make the throw too. But I think it was more of the spin on it.
So Naylor kind of cued that ball over there. Ended up being a trick shot off the glove of Guzman. He makes a 2-out error and gives Seattle a real chance here with runners on second and third.
Oh, with 2 outs too. Hit by a pitch and then an E5.
Brings up Raleigh, who popped out his first time.
See how the kid responds here.
Strike one to Raleigh over the inside corner. The Mariners as a team worst in baseball with runners in scoring position, batting .221. Just .193 in June. And here's Raleigh lifting one to shallow left. In comes Meckler. He won't get there. Base hit. 1 run is in. Throw to the plate on Naylor is not in time. 2 runs come home on the blue pit for Raleigh. And the Mariners take a 3-2 lead after the hit by pitch and the error.
Well, that's a tough one too. Not hit hard at all. Just flared in front. Cutter. Well, you can see where he hit that on the bat. Not going to get a lot of exit velocity behind it. And Seattle's been looking for a break, and they get one there. Especially the error made, and then that ball just flares in front of Meckler.
Naylor outruns Meckler's throw. And the Mariners, with 2 in the inning, take a 3-2 lead. Now it's off the end of Young's bat, flipped into left. Back-to-back 2-out hits after Guzman's error. Young is 2 for 2.
Yeah, a couple starts ago in that first inning up in West Sacramento, when things kind of go away, this is why it's a good decision for Mike Maddox to have that conversation with Ryan Johnson. Nothing's been hit hard in this inning, but you got already 2 runs come across, and then you still have some base runners.
Even the hit to start the inning by Rodriguez was a seeing eye single. He was erased on the double play. Then the hit batsman, the error, and back-to-back singles since then, scoring 2. So the Angels with a meeting on the mound, and no hop in a Hyundai.
A car that sees what you can't, how it should be. The Hyundai Tucson.
Seattle with their first lead tonight, up 3-2. Now Victor Robles will be the batter. He fly to right his first time. Johnson trying to get out of this inning. Looked like he was about to when Naylor just rolled a spinning ground ball to third that Guzman got in front of, but then kicked off the side of his glove anyway. Now Raleigh with a 2-run hit gives Seattle the lead. And now Robles stands in with 2 outs. And he's out in front of that his strike. Hardest hit ball of the inning was Canzone's double play. And we saw this happen to Urania against the A's, although with a much higher clip with 7 runs scoring in that inning. Angels hoping that's not the case here.
Got to limit the damage here. So don't try to do too much. Just continue to, your mindset was what did I do well the first couple innings, even the solo shot by Young. It's a 3-2 pitch. Went to dead center field, but other than that, threw the ball well in that inning. A couple punch outs. So it's another pitch where a hitter had a pretty good hack at it. It was more of the strike zone. Now you have a chance to expand the strike zone here.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Robles stays alive, fouling one off. Used to be, you could strike Robles out a lot early in his career with the Washington Nationals. He's been better at putting the ball in play since becoming a Mariner. Johnson just trying to find that 3rd out, keep the Angels close. It's ball 3, and now the runners will get a head start.
The pitch count jumping up now.
Raleigh and Young, the runners, will take off with his 3-2 pitch coming to Robles. And it's lifted out toward left center field. Meckler started back, now comes in, and he makes the catch to win the inning. Seattle scores 2 unearned runs to take the lead. Let's flash you back to last season when Oswald Peraza was able to punch one out against George Kirby.
That was a really good pitch, too, he hit out to right center field. What an impressive swing. That shows how strong Peraza is.
That was one of the 14 strikeout games Kirby had against the Angels last year. This year, only 2 strikeouts in 4 innings. The Angels have 2 runs on 5 hits against him.
Been helped out by a couple double plays turned behind him.
And helped out by 2 unearned runs in the last half inning as well. The Mariners taking their first lead tonight. Up 3-2. 1 ball, no strikes on Peraza.
It's almost the exact same pitch he hit out last year against him.
Kirby hasn't walked anybody, really hasn't fallen behind much.
There's 5 ground ball double plays. I mean, 5 ground ball outs, but 2 of them double play balls. So basically 7 outs via the ground ball.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Peraza. And really the only guy who's had some lift on his swings tonight has been Neto. Bottom of the order here, then Neto would bat to up 4th in this inning. Neto's had a double to left center and a home run out toward the Angel bullpen. He has scored both halo runs tonight. It's 3-2 Seattle here in the 5th. Peraza stays alive. Fouled that ball off his foot, so he needs an extra moment here.
It might have been a Josh Lowe moment there. Maybe he'll get another pitch to drive out of the ballpark now.
Josh Lowe took one below the belt yesterday, and I guess it did.
As Lowe is in the on deck circle going, uh-oh.
It's Eric Munson out to have a conversation with Peraza. Congratulations to Eric, who is headed to the All-Star game. He'll be part of the American League's training staff.
Oh, that's awesome.
The All-Star game in Philadelphia. The Angels are hoping that, well, Mike Trout can tag along with Eric Munson on the AL roster.
Yes, that'd be awesome.
Voting opened for round 2 of the All-Star ballot today, and Trout one of 6 American League outfielders, 3 of which will be named the AL starters. Peraza punched out on a breaking ball from Kirby. 1 out here in the 5th. 3rd strikeout for Kirby. And for more on the All-Star balloting and Trout's candidacy, let's go down to Eric.
Yeah, Trout's teammates showing their support to get Trout to the All-Star game. All of them wearing these Vote Trout t-shirts on the field before the game today during stretch, taking batting practice in them as well. Everybody showed up with them sitting on their chairs in the clubhouse this afternoon. But the cool thing that Kurt Suzuki was also mentioning is that obviously Mike doesn't need the extra notoriety and the support. He is Mike Trout, but just having the organization behind you to help promote a player like Mike to get him to the All-Star game, it's definitely a good thing.
That ball rip past first into the right field corner. Josh Lowe is another hit. Now an 8-game hitting streak as he'll get to second base here. And it's a 1-out double. That ball was crushed.
Yeah, rocket down the line, and he's continued to swing the bat well over his last now 5 games. Too, with that high batting average. Went down and got that knuckle curve. We said the batting average against that knuckle curve over 480. Getting back to what Erica was just talking about, I love what his teammates with Mike Trout are doing, all wearing those t-shirts today, the organization behind that. They want, so important for Trouty to get to that All-Star game, and especially back there in Philadelphia.
Looked like Benjamin Troutlin on that t-shirt.
Yes.
But it's a no. If you look at the AL outfielders Trout is up against, I mean, it's pretty clear that Trout has a really good case. Unless the Canadians keep stuffing the ballots like they did in the first round. No, Hoppy fouls one away. Like 7 Blue Jays got into the second round of voting. Just pretty much anybody who wears a Blue Jays hat got in, regardless of what their statistics are this year.
Entire country voting for every J.
So hopefully Trout overcomes the Canadian boost and is able to get that 12th All-Star game selection. He has the most of any active player. No balls and a strike as Lowe dances around at second base. No other major league active player has even been selected to 10 All-Star games. Trout's been in 11. Freddie Freeman and Chris Sale have a good chance to get to their 10th this year. No balls, 2 strikes on O'Hoppe, who struck out his first time. Mentioned his numbers against Kirby, 1 for 13 with 8 strikeouts on the year. And Kirby gets him again. That pitch was up, a breaking ball, and O'Hoppe swung right through it.
Yeah, that's a pitch where you can hit a long way. You don't get that baseball back a whole lot. That is a hanger. Sweeper right down the heart of the plate on an elevated one too, where O'Hoppe usually hits a mile.
It's now 9 strikeouts in 14 at bats lifetime against Kirby. And here's Neto, who's 2 for 2 today. A double, a home run, 2 runs scored for Neto.
And when you go back to that baseball that Neto hit out, it was almost the exact same pitch that O'Hoppe wasn't able to make contact. That was a sweeper upstairs.
It's the 18th home run for Neto now on the season. Turns on that fastball foul. Now has 17 doubles as well. So 37 extra base hits overall for Zach on the season. Entered today 6th in the American League in extra base hits.
Looking at an outfield for Seattle, they play extremely shallow. Outside of Julio Rodriguez in center.
Now Rosarena very shallow with a righty up, especially one with power in Neto.
They're going with the percentage to try to take away a single, really, and an RBI opportunity. Figure if Neto gets a hold of one, it's a good chance it's getting out of the ballpark anyhow. So they're going to try to take away a base hit in front. Kind of what Cal Raleigh was able to do last half inning, a base hit in front of Meckler in left field.
1 ball, 2 strikes. In the American League, only Yordan Alvarez, Byron Buxton, and Ben Rice have more extra base hits than Neto. He's now into a 4th place tie with Detroit's Dylan Dingler. Base hit here would tie the game. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Neto takes ball 2. In the middle innings this year, where Kirby has really had a tough time. Allowed 2 runs in the first 3 innings today. That's uncharacteristic. Normally it's the middle innings when he's been hit harder. His ERA is over 7 in innings 4, 5, and 6 this year. Lowe's the tying run at second base. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Neto. And another pitch in the dirt makes it 3-2.
Solid at bat working again by Neto. May even go in if he's able to get into the 6th inning. He's really had some damage done against him in the 6th inning.
Opponents have hit over 300 against him between the 2nd and 3rd times through the orders. So if the Angels can get to him, 3rd look for Neto. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and he swings and misses. Looked like that changeup again to end the inning. Celebrating America's 250th birthday at the Big A with 4th of July weekend fireworks. Watch your Halos take on the Red Sox Friday, July 3rd through Sunday, July 5th, and stay after every game for a post-game fireworks show. Driven by your SoCal Hyundai dealers, angels.com/promotions. Strike to Colt Emerson leading off here in the 5th inning. Emerson struck out his first time.
It's a big inning now for Ryan Johnson and the Angels to be able to keep it close here. Mentioned about the 6th inning where Kirby has really struggled in the 6th inning, that 3rd time through the lineup. So just keep this one close.
2 unearned runs giving the Mariners the lead in the bottom of the 4th. 1 ball, 1 strike on Emerson, who whiffs on that. 1-2 now. Emerson just 20 years old. He won't turn 21 until the end of July. Already has the 3rd most homers in Mariners history for a player under 21. He yanks this one to the right field line. It is a foul ball. You could probably guess the other 2 Mariners who homered more often before their 21st birthdays.
Could be a Hall of Famer and Junior and another one named A-Rod.
Yes. Griffey and A-Rod are the only 2 under 21-year-olds who have hit more home runs as Mariners than Emerson. 1-2 the count. That's upstairs, 2-2.
What an incredible player Junior was. I mean, a fabulous outfielder, could run, unbelievable power, and one of the sweetest swings of all time. All time.
There's his 24. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Emerson slaps one foul. We're going to have a big celebration of the top 50 Mariners of all time here on August 8th. As the Mariners are in their 50th season of existence now. I don't think they've released the team yet, but
let's guess quite a few of them, though.
Yeah, well, yeah. I think Edgar Martinez will be on it.
I think there's a good shot at that.
broken bat
Wow.
here.
Oh, wow.
It's keeled over.
Hold on to that handle. The rest of it's gone.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Emerson. And Johnson missed wildly there, ball 3.
There's a guy from Seinfeld fame, Jay Buhner, will get in there too.
He'll be on it, yeah. Ichiro, I think he'll make
It's
it.
a strong possibility.
3-2.
That's right down the heart.
That's in there, strike 3.
Froze him on that one. Cutter.
Second time Emerson has struck out. 3rd K for Johnson tonight.
Well, their current manager, Dan Wilson, will be amongst those.
He's in the Mariners Hall of Fame, so you figure anybody in the Mariners Hall of Fame already should be on the top 50. Here's Crawford lifting one toward left center. Meckler's on the run after it, makes the running catch.
Left-handed bat is going to work its way back towards Meckler, and a nice job of running that one down.
2 outs, and Rodriguez will bat. I wonder if our buddy on Angels Radio, Mark Langston.
Oh, he's a lock. Langer's got to be in there.
I think so. He had some great years as a Mariner and was good enough to get Randy Johnson back in a trade for them as well. That should get him some extra points.
Still kind of shocked that he's not in the Mariners Hall of Fame. Langston.
He had 1,078 strikeouts as a Mariner and 1,112 as an Angel. He had 5 seasons with more than 200 strikeouts as a Mariner. 0-2 on Rodriguez. 80 pitches now for Johnson. We saw Mitch Ferris getting ready. Johnson threw 90 pitches in his last start against Baltimore.
See if he can do a little bit better adjustment. That splitter was on the inner half. See if he can get him to chase something out of that strike zone, down and away.
0-2 on Rodriguez. Johnson has mostly held his own tonight. 4 hits, 1 earned run out of 3 total. Over 4 2/3 innings so far, and Rodriguez lifts one to shallow left center. Meckler over for that as well, and Johnson works a 1-2-3 fifth. Angels games are on AB TV, presented by Pechanga Resort Casino. Except Sundays, you can enjoy the Nesson broadcast on Peacock Sunday night. Otherwise, we'll be on AB TV for all the games that you see. A lot of road games coming up leading to the All-Star break. 2 more here, 3 at Texas, 3 at Minnesota. Sunday, all the games will be on NBC or Peacock, or I guess they're all on Peacock one way or another.
So crazy. 4th of July weekend.
Yeah. Next weekend's the last games before the All-Star break. Moving right along. 1 ball, no strikes on Denzer Guzman, leading off the 6th inning. RBI single in the first. That's why he's out of Raleigh's reach. Johnson only 81 pitches in 5 innings, but it looks like he's done.
I'll tell you what, he threw the ball really well. No walks in this game. Really solid. Not a lot of hard contact at all, except for the home run ball.
We do have a string of lefties coming up. Canzone, Naylor, Raleigh, so maybe and Young. So maybe with 4 of the next 5 hitters being left-handed. That's why Kurt Suzuki wants to go a bit earlier to the bullpen with Ferris warming up. Guzman chops it to short. 2 bounces for Colt Emerson. And that's the first out here in the 6th. Nolan Shawnoel is hit into a double play, and he has also started one defensively. Our All-State Good Hands replay.
That was a real good play. And that throw continues to get better and better every time to second base. Steps on the bag, a clear path to make the throw to Neto, and a quick tag on Julio Rodriguez.
Nicely done by both infielders to get that double play turned. Strike to Shawnoel.
I think you would love that pitch back now.
Fastball inner half.
See if he can get that again in the sequence.
A little late on this one as he popped it up to shallow left field. Emerson goes out and is called off by Arozarena for the 2nd out. Well, Kirby's been very efficient tonight. Just 69 pitches for him in 5 2/3 innings. Mariners bullpen has not been quite as locked down as we've seen in the past. Matt Brash is on the injured list. That's a costly injury for them. Andres Munoz has been hit or miss sometimes this year. As Kirby tries to get through 6 innings, it's Soler looking at the strike.
I mean, he really brought that pitch back in. Borderline. Looks like it would have been a ball, though.
Yeah. Angels still have both of their challenges. Didn't use one there. Down the third base line, sliding stop Crawford. 1-hop throw across, gets Soler. Well, Kirby's through 6 innings for the 4th straight time, and he still has a 3-2 lead. Angels baseball on ABTV, presented by Pechanga Resort Casino. And brought to you by Nissan. Hurry in and bring home a winning deal at the Nissan Summer Sales Event. Beautiful landscapes here in the Pacific Northwest. Angels are here through Thursday night. It's a long time here in Seattle.
A lot of action going on here in Seattle.
Yeah, well, the World Cup Wednesday. It's Belgium against Senegal on Wednesday, I think, in the round of 32. Just going off what I'm told. I don't really know what's happening in the World Cup. Paraguay won today. I saw that. Dominic Canzone is the leadoff batter here in the 6th inning against Mitch Ferris, and a breaking ball lands for a strike.
It was in a shootout.
Penalty kicks. They don't call them shootouts in the.
I'm
at least I
calling
know that.
I'm saying shootout.
You always got hockey on the brain.
Yes.
You want to slam someone into the boards 24/7.
Too many veneer teeth going from getting hit in the mouth with a hockey puck.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Canzone. Ferris in with a run of lefties due up as Canzone grounds 1 foul.
Not afraid to throw that changeup in on a lefty changeup.
It's an important outing now for Ferris, who enters in a 1-run game. The Angels try to move closer in this division where nobody has taken hold of. 2-2. Texas did win tonight. They beat Cleveland, so the Rangers get above 500.
He scored some runs late in that game against the Guardians.
In the American League West, if you're above 500, you're the king. Canzone slams one to right center, and this one is gone. Left on left, and a no-doubt home run gives the Mariners an extra run.
Well, he crushed that one over 108 miles per hour. Four-seamer, a lot of the plate. He's showing that power. His 13th home run. Well, that's a big add-on run for the Mariners here.
It's only the 3rd RBI for Canzone against a left-handed pitcher this year. Only his 2nd home run.
Well, how well he stayed down on that baseball. Especially when you think about a break ball. You could see just the reaction by Mitch Ferris right away on it.
Well, Kurt Suzuki evidently didn't want to send Johnson back out for a 3rd time facing these lefties. But it immediately backfires with the lefty that he brings in, giving up the home run. It's 1 ball, 1 strike on a Rosarena.
And when you look at the splits, really, right-handed batters have had a lot more success against Ryan Johnson than the lefties this year. And about 80 points higher righties.
Now it's 4-2 as the Angels try to fight back. George Kirby has been rolling tonight. Mariners bullpen moving around a little bit, but nobody is throwing down there. That ball shot up the middle. Sliding stop, Peraza. Good play. And Shonowell with the pick for the out.
He is the scoop machine over there at first base. Solid play by Peraza and a great scoop by Shonowell.
No one's been better at those scoops this year.
Well, one of those ice cream companies, the Baskin Robbins of the world, has got to be thinking about having Shonowell as their guy, their spokesman. He's all about scoops.
Nolan 2 scoops. 1 out as Naylor stands in. It was Naylor who reached on that error by Guzman, which is a standout play in this game. The Mariners got 2 extra opportunities to score, and they cashed in when Cal Raleigh had a base hit to bring home both a Rosarena and Naylor. 2 unearned runs. Right now, that's the difference in this game. 1 ball, 1 strike on Naylor. Ryan Johnson went 5 innings, allowed 3 runs total, just the 1 earned. Didn't walk anybody, struck out 3, allowed a home run to Cole Young. Ferris giving up a home run to the first batter he faced, Canzone.
So surprising how dominant the bullpen has been over the last 6 games also.
Historically good over the last week, the Angels bullpen. Ferris giving up a home run to a left-handed batter for the first time this season. Three and 1 the count on Naylor. It's 6 straight games for the Angel bullpen with 5 strikeouts and 1 or no runs allowed. Something that has never happened before in Major League history. Hard to believe.
That is amazing.
And there's a walk, and now Naylor is on. That's the first walk issued in this game from either team. Sammy Natera got his first Major League save yesterday going through the A's, but there it is, 5 strikeouts and 1 or fewer earned runs allowed in 6 straight games. The longest streak in the history of baseball.
The history of baseball, that is remarkable.
That is. Here's Cal Raleigh, who turns around to bat right-handed. There goes Naylor on the first pitch, and it's his 15th stolen base.
And that's why he's so successful. He picks the spots. Notices that Mitch Ferris not paying attention to him. Just goes on first movement.
He stole 30 last year.
See how it's all part of the gig too. He's just pretending like he's getting his, that sliding hand pad connected, but he just wanted to see if he was paying attention to him and just went.
Well, it's really something that is kicked up as a Mariner. Even in Arizona last year, he started to steal more bases. He had a career high 11 before getting traded. But then he had 19 in 54 games with the Mariners after the trade last year. And he has 15 this year. So now as a Mariner, he has 34 steals in 37 tries.
And everyone always thinks you have to be the fastest guy in the world to be a base stealer. It's how you read pitchers. No counts. And that's why he's been so good and so successful.
And a couple of stolen bases in the playoffs last year, too. He's in scoring position for Raleigh, who had that loop hit with 2 outs in the 4th inning that gave Seattle the lead.
This is where usually when he's at second base, he leans back, and everyone always thinks he's giving location to pitches.
I don't think he would do that, do you?
No, not Josh Naylor, never. I've seen him move around, do a whole lot there at second base here so far.
Full count on Raleigh. Some guy, maybe the hitter himself, doesn't want that or need that. Some hitters don't like it when they get that extra thought in their head. Full count on Raleigh with Naylor at second base, and he goes down on strikes thanks to that cutter.
Gonna swing over top of this one.
Good movement on that pitch, too.
And look at that cutter. That's not much difference as far as velocity between his fastball and that cutter. It's like a hard slider.
Yeah. Now Cole Young absolutely hammers this. He sat all over that pitch, and he hit it off the second level. That's 2 home runs left on left in this inning for the Mariners. And, well, Kurt Suzuki thought it best to go to Ferris here with all the lefties coming up. It has not worked. 3 runs have scored.
Third home run of the game for Seattle. Getting about 105 on the season.
Robles grounds out, so 3 righties made outs, 3 lefties got on base, 2 of them hit home runs, and the Mariners lead 6-2 after 6. You can update your Angels wardrobe with a throwback collared crew neck. Throwback week at the Big A, the first 25,000 fans in attendance. Friday, July 17th, will receive a throwback colored crew neck courtesy of Salinas Incorporated. Visit angels.com/promotions.
Solid looking.
Well, the Angels keep their throwback uniforms as part of their closet for the season, just so they can wear those throwbacks that week. Wade Meckler leads off in the 7th inning. In that case, they're really the only team that has a throwback jersey. Liner to left center as Rodriguez makes the catch, and Kirby just rolling along now. One out here in the 7th inning.
A little doubt in his mind early in the game with Zach Neto creating that down, and all of a sudden on a roll. I think you go back to that 4th inning. You know, 1st and 2nd with one out, and Joe Adell, who had a good swing against him the first at bat, rolled into a double play there. Now all of a sudden Kirby's been locked in ever since.
After Lowe's double in the 5th, he got O'Hoppe and Neto with back-to-back strikeouts. Ball 1 to Adell. This is Kirby's longest outing since May 5th, when he pitched 7 innings against the Braves. He had a couple of outings back in April when he made it into the 8th inning. He's had a very low pitch count. He's thrown a lot of strikes today.
Yeah, that split finger changeup's been a pretty effective pitch for him now.
Struck out O'Hoppe with it in the 3rd, and then Neto in the 5th.
He's only thrown about 7% of those, but it's been effective.
His team has just not made him work today. He's only had a few innings where he's thrown more than 10 pitches. Cubs just walked off the Padres. Seiya Suzuki got the game-winning hit against Mason Miller. Cubs have 10 walk-off wins now. It's by far the most in the majors. Detroit beat the Yankees tonight 7-3. Yankees have hit a rut.
Yes, they have.
Well, you figured without Judge, it had to happen at some point. As Adell hits a fly ball to shallow center. This is Rodriguez in for the out. Yankees played really well without Judge at first, but they have hit that proverbial wall as the Yankees have now lost 5 in a row. Peraza bats after a drive with Kia. Casey Mize had 10 strikeouts in 7 one-hit innings tonight at Yankee Stadium. There's a broken bat grounder and another quick inning for Kirby. Final phase of the 2026 Konami eBaseball MLB All-Star Ballot is live. You can scan the QR code and vote for Trout at MLB.com/vote.
Didn't you hear the fish? He said vote for Trout. I mean, that's mandatory there.
Well, the fishermen down at the market, Pikes Peak Market, they're playing along.
Yes.
They're supposed to be Mariner fans.
Well, everyone's a fish fan down there.
And everyone's a Trout fan, certainly. As Emerson, it's a fly ball to pretty deep center. And Josh Lowe grabs that for out number 1 here in the 7th inning.
This ballpark generally known as a pretty good pitcher's yard. But the baseball you're even seeing today, the baseball's been carrying extremely well.
It's been more of a hitter's park this year. It still favors pitchers, but hitters have had more success. So there's 6 outfielders in the American League. 2 of them are Blue Jays that really haven't even been that good this year. Dalton Varsho and Jesus Sanchez. As Crawford slaps one to right field. That's right at Adele. 2 outs. Cody Bellinger's had a good year, but Trout's OPS is way higher than Bellinger's. And then you have Judge and Buxton. So you can vote for 3. And I would suggest Trout, Judge, Buxton. Just make it easy on yourself.
Yes, very easy. And with those 3 in the outfield, that's a pretty good outfield.
Those are the 3 best options anyway.
Yes.
So don't let those Canadians, kick their way in here with Varsho and Sanchez and all the other Blue Jays that are in the running. Vlad Jr. hasn't even hit a home run at Rogers Center this year, and he is on that list. Well, Blue Jay fans made everybody pretty happy last year with their comeback in the ALCS, winning games 6 and 7 at home in Canada against these Mariners. George Springer, that big home run off Edward Bizardo in game 7. Blue Jays beat the Mets tonight 2-1. A very emotional Bo Bichette made his return to Toronto tonight.
Didn't Springer have a inside the park home run?
A Little League home run, yes. Mariners watching the Blue Jays celebrate that AL pennant last year, first since '93 for Toronto. The Mariners have never won the pennant. They got as close as can be going into that game 7, going late into that game with the lead. It was a heartbreaker for this city. They get that close and fall short. A little bit of the Seahawks.
They made it up in the Super Bowl.
So who cares? You get a parade out of it.
You have so many football fans around we.
3-2 on Rodriguez, and that's ball 4, so it's a 2-out walk. So we have phase 2 results already. Oh, this is phase 1 finals. So no, this phase 2 votes are coming through, going through Thursday morning.
How about Clement? What he got at second base? That's
crazy.
Unreal.
He was the leading vote getter in the AL, so he's in automatically. That's why there's no opponent for Clement there. Look at all the Blue Jays. Okamoto, Jimenez, Kirk. Kirk's barely played this year. Here's Canzone. I can appreciate the Blue Jay fans wanting their guys in after their trip to the World Series last year, but this year's results matter too. Toronto's 5 under, and a lot of their guys have struggled that led them last year. No struggles for the Marlins lately. They lead Colorado 10-6 tonight, looking for their 19th win of June. Otto Lopez swinging the bat well, batting .333 with 2 more hits today. There's strike 3 to Canzone as we go to the 8th. Angels baseball on ABTV, presented by Pechanga Resort Casino.
And 2 more extra base hits tonight.
Angels trying to find their way back here late in this game. George Kirby has made it look easy tonight. Just 80 pitches now as he works in the top of the 8th to Josh Lowe, who has a double in this game. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mariners bullpen is getting up in case Kirby has some stress here.
There's not a lot of traffic against them, especially after the 4th inning. It's 1 base runner.
The righty Bizardo and the lefty Ferrer getting loose. Lowe slaps one toward left center. This is deep. Rodriguez on the run after it, and it's off the wall. Josh Lowe bids for second. Rodriguez hauls it in, but it's not in time as Lowe dives in with his 2nd double tonight.
Another really good swing, and when you hit a ball that hard and that far the other way, tells you you're locked in. That was about 103 off the bat. Another 4-seam fastball that was hit hard against him. I think Josh Lowe thought he got it. I think Julio thought he got it too.
Julio made a great throw in, but Lowe too fast to be nabbed by that. So the leadoff man on here. The Angels have 4 extra base hits tonight, and now 7 total in this game as Logan O'Hoppe stands in. Pops up the first pitch, and it's Naylor in foul ground for the easy out. 1 away. O'Hoppe 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and that foul out. You see the Mariner bullpen just there to back up Kirby in case the Angels do make it tighter here in this 8th inning. This is the 3rd longest outing this season for Kirby. Went 8 innings against the Rangers April 7th. 7 2/3 in his start after that against the Astros, and he has not pitched into the 8th inning since until tonight.
Yeah, you're wondering if he would try that first pitch fastball. No way.
Zach Neto's beaten him twice tonight, once with a double and also this home run.
This is a sweeper to stay middle and elevated. 18th home run earlier on a fastball hit is on an 0-2 pitch, is 17th double.
One ball, 1 strike. Good crowd tonight in this World Cup swept city of Seattle. 37,100. There'll be soccer fever here on Wednesday with that game at the Seahawks Stadium, plus Team USA plays Wednesday evening, so sure they'll be rocking and rolling in the pitch all day here on Wednesday. 2 balls and a strike. Not that many pitches for Kirby at this point in the game as he falls behind, but Raleigh wants to challenge that.
Calls the ball.
It's going to be a ball, I
The
think.
catcher is challenging.
3 balls and a strike will be the count on Neto.
Call is confirmed. Seattle has 1 remaining challenge. Count is 3-1.
Challenge powered by T-Mobile. So now 3 balls and a strike. Imagine if Neto gets on here that Seattle would go to the bullpen.
It was a fastball about 86% of the time here in this count. It's a righty.
There's ball 4 on a fastball, so that's the first walk from Kirby. A couple of base runners now in this 8th inning, and Dan Wilson, who has the bullpen ready.
Remember, the lead got away from him yesterday in this inning.
Mariners ended up never using Andres Munoz as that lead slipped away yesterday afternoon. They don't have Munoz up here either. It's Bizardo and Ferrer as Raleigh goes out. I can't imagine they would need more time, but Dan Wilson sending Raleigh out anywhere.
It's the 40th walk of the season for Neto.
A new career high for Zach. First time he's walked 40 times in a year.
I'd be shocked if he doesn't go down to the bullpen. He's not going to, though.
Yeah, I'm surprised too. Dan Wilson took a little stutter step to the top of the dugout and then decided to leave Kirby in to face Guzman. So the night continues for Kirby. Guzman squibs one foul.
There's been a lot more secondary pitches thrown on the first pitch tonight by Kirby.
Trying to find other ways to get outs. Has not gone his way. His old way of doing it this year. He's ahead of Guzman 0-2. Mariners bullpen has had its issues. Even Munoz has to some degree. Dan Wilson leaving his starter out there for now. 0-2. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Guzman. Shawnoel is on deck.
I don't think he's going to face Shawnoel. That's 3 straight sweepers to Guzman from Kirby.
And another to make it 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Somehow finds a way on base. You bring the tying run to the dish.
That's what Guzman's trying to do. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. A fastball misses. Oh, it's in there.
I challenge that one.
Guzman's not challenging it. That would have been a ball, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely out of the strike zone.
Oh, it's very close
very
on
close.
there. Wow. That's one of those where I'm not sure actually how that would have ruled. We've seen those before.
I mean, look how much Cal Raleigh moves his glove.
Man, oh man.
That's one of those ones you take a shot at.
Yeah, you have to challenge on that. No question. 2 outs here, Shawnoel. It was not clear based on what we showed if ABS would have called that a ball or strike, but you've got to take the shot there on a 3-2 pitch.
I mean, that's about as high leverage a spot as you could do it at.
Especially this spot in the game. And you have 2 leaving. If you don't win that one, you still have 1 left. So now Shawnoel 0-1 takes upstairs, and Kirby is facing the lefty here. So Dan Wilson's letting Kirby go. And pitch count now in the mid-90s for Kirby. Even with a double and a walk in this inning. The starter stays out there in the 8th. The Angels, their bullpen is up, and it's Bachman. We've seen in a lot of high leverage spots lately. Wonder if he would sit down and Ferris would continue if the Angels don't get closer here.
I think that's a real strong option and possibility.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Shawnoel. Almost hit him. A ball in the dirt. 2-2. Kirby's had to work in this 8th inning. He's had some quick innings tonight, but not here. This is the most pitches he's thrown in any single inning in this game.
Look how many quick innings he's had. 9, 7, and 8 pitch innings.
2-2. Lofted toward left. It's Crawford chasing and unable to reach. Ooh, hit the wall pretty hard.
Solid effort by Crawford.
The wall gets on you a little faster from third base than shortstop.
Their future right now is Emerson at shortstop, though. So Crawford is really the heart and soul of this team. He gets things going.
He's a free agent after the year is over. 2-2. Shawnoel stays alive, fouling it off his foot. The Dodgers are in Sacramento tonight, taking their swings at the A's. Shohei has hit a home run. Dodgers have 14 hits against the A's pitching staff down there.
That was the kid Jump, too, the OC kid. He had started off pretty strong in that game, but that ballpark. Pretty good for the Dodgers to swing the bats in that yard. The Halos love hitting that yard. Something about LA teams going in there and doing damage in that ballpark.
Something about every team.
Yes.
Yeah. A's home ERA is over 6. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Kirby stalling. This will be his 100th pitch.
I think he's trying to figure out what pitch can I throw right here to try to get Shonwell out. Could go with that changeup now. You never know.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Wave and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the curve. There is a play at first here, and the Mariners do make it to end the inning. Back-to-back strikeouts to make it 8 innings for George Kirby tonight. Well, the Mariners offense held to 3 runs or fewer in 13 straight games until yesterday. Put up a 5 spot against the Guardians despite losing their lead late in that game yesterday. Today they've scored 6, including 3 home runs, 2 of them off the bat of Cole Young, as he has his first career multi-home run game today. There's a Rosarena swatting one to Guzman at third. 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th, and Mitch Ferris still on the mound. Don't miss a moment this year with Angels.tv. Stream the rest of the season with the Angels territory for $74.99. Watch games at home or on the go and stay connected all year long. Subject to national exclusivities. Angels.tv for details, and start streaming today. Mike Trout hoping to be back soon, and certainly soon enough to play in the All-Star game should he be elected. 1 ball, no strikes on Naylor.
I love what his teammates have done today, wearing a T-shirt.
The Vote Trout T-shirt with the colonial motif. The game being in Philadelphia with this semi-quincentennial year that we're having.
Yes.
250. You know, that's half of 500. The quincentennial. Just helping you out.
I was going to say I appreciate that.
2-0 on Naylor.
You're like a teacher.
Ball. I understand. Left center field. That's pretty deep. Lowe is back, and he makes the catch right in front of the wall. 2 outs. We'll have our Kia Angels Live postgame coming up after this one is over. Josh Naylor has been a thorn tonight without a hit. He reached on an error, walked, stole a base, and has 2 runs scored, helping the Mariners along tonight in a game where some big swings, 3 home runs, and 2 of them in that 6th inning off Ferris changed the outcome here tonight.
The lefty's doing the damage here.
Two left-on-left home runs, Canzone and Young, in that 6th inning, giving Seattle some extra support. Plus 2 unearned runs in the 4th that gave them the lead in the first place. Cal Raleigh had a blue pit.
It's going to have to be a beautiful night here tonight, too.
Yes, a little bit of sunshine.
And it stays light here so late.
Yeah, about a 9:10 or so sunset. We're still a half hour from the sun actually setting. This game's already 1 out away from the 9th inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Raleigh. This game has moved quickly thanks to George Kirby's 8 stellar innings, allowing 2 runs on 7 hits with 7 strikeouts.
He was a ground ball machine for the most part. For a guy that historically before this season wasn't necessarily a big time ground ball guy.
4 of his 7 strikeouts tonight came with a man at second base. He was able to battle through some tense moments. And in the 9th inning, it'll be someone else. And strike 3 to Raleigh. He took a step to the dugout and then challenged the call.
Calls a strike. The batter's challenging.
I think that's going to be pretty quick.
I'm surprised he challenged that.
Yes.
Call is confirmed. Seattle has no remaining challenges.
Angels baseball on ABTV, brought to you by StubHub. StubHub, a proud partner of Angels baseball. And by Villa Ford of Orange. Step up to the plate and drive home a winner today at Villa Ford of Orange. We'll get some great shots here in Seattle, no question about that. Ferris wheel in front of the 2 stadiums, T-Mobile Park and Lumen Field. Sounds straight out of Severance, but that is the name of the Seahawks stadium. Here's Jose Ferrer on the mound trying to finish this one up.
Yeah, he can run his fastball up to 100. He's 96 to 100. Sinker that's at mid to upper 90s too. Slider, changeup.
Ferrer, who came from the Nationals in the offseason when Seattle traded their catching prospect Harry Ford. There's a lot of ground balls. There's that heavy sinker. Here's Soler leading off the 9th inning, and there's one in the dirt. Soler, Meckler, Adele due up. Angels trying to find their way here offensively. Had some chances tonight, but just 2 runs.
Even in that 8th inning, it looked like you had a shot. That borderline pitch called a strike against Denzer Guzman might have changed that whole inning around.
Yeah, would have been nice to see Guzman try to win that at bat with a challenge. 2-0 on Soler. Angels just 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position tonight. Ferrer behind here quickly, 3-0. Can't imagine the Mariners would waste much time getting Munoz up if Ferrer has some issues here. 3 balls and a strike now on Soler. Shot down the right field side, foul, and it's 3-2 on Soler.
See that 97-mile-an-hour sinker.
Big arm on this lefty Ferrer, 26 years old. And down 3-0 in the count. He ends up walking Soler on a 3-2 pitch. The Mariners don't have any more challenges and wouldn't have won that one anyway. It's leadoff walk.
Going back to Hyundai Key for the game today. It looked positive early on all along the watchtower. Some pitches were hit in the upper part of the strike zone. Just a couple of big pitches by Kirby slowed down that offensive process for the Halos today, but though they had some shots, see if that can turn around here with that leadoff walk. Every time that happens, the offense always feels you right back in the game with a leadoff walk.
Won't get any easier tomorrow. Brian Wu on the mound for the Mariners. He has not been quite as dominant either this year. He'll face Jose Soriano tomorrow night. Another 6:40 start tomorrow. Then the World Cup off day on Wednesday. Thursday night it'll be Walbert Urania against Bryce Miller. Miller's been quite good this year since missing the first 6 weeks or so with an injury.
Anytime you come in and face the Mariners, you're always running into some great starting pitching. Regardless if they're not as efficient as we've seen in the past. We saw that tonight with Kirby.
1 ball, 1 strike on Siri. Now 1-2. One thing about Kirby this year, he has not pitched well at home until really today. ERA was 4.5 in this ballpark. Wu has been the opposite. He's been exceptional here in Seattle.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting battle. You get Soriano, who's been great on the road, and both have been really good against their opponent.
Yeah, should be a good pitching matchup tomorrow night for game 2 of this series. Soriano against Wu. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Siri, batting in place of Meckler. And that's strike 3 called. Siri wants to look at it.
Might as well.
Calls a strike. The batter's challenging.
I think it's going to end up being a strike. It's one of those real close ones.
This will be a strike.
Calls confirmed. Los Angeles has 1 remaining challenge.
1 out here in the 9th inning. Really would have been curious to see how that Guzman one would have been called, because it was brushed up against the edge of the corner, not quite on the corner. It would have been. Sometimes we've seen those where they look like it could go either way.
We saw one yesterday. It was extremely close.
And that Guzman pitch would have been exactly a 50-50 call, even with ABS. Definitely was within the margin of error. 2 balls and no strikes on Adele. And there is a margin of error on the ABS. Not exactly perfect, although we just pass it along as if it is. 2-0 on Adele. Soler at first. Check swing, and he went around 2-1. Would have been ball 3.
A lot of sinkers. That should play into the swing for Joe Adele here in this at bat.
It's in there to make it 2-2. Munoz is readying in the Mariner bullpen in case the Angels put Seattle in a save chance here. Adele 3 for 3 lifetime against Ferrer. Takes ball 3.
Some real close pitches in this inning alone. A little bit in ball. Just needs some traffic here.
Bouncing ball, that's going to get through. A base hit.
Getting that traffic.
Well, now the tying run moves to the on deck circle, so this might be Munoz time.
Dan Wilson's awfully close to that step.
Back-to-back innings here for the Angels, where they've created some traffic trying to fight back. We've had men in scoring position in the 4th, 5th, 8th, and 9th innings tonight, and have not been able to bring home any of those guys. And ball 1 to Peraza, and this is with now a save situation that the Mariners are sticking with Ferrer here.
As a closer, when you're up and you know those spots, you're kind of expecting that phone call or the hand gesture saying you're in.
Munoz does have 5 blown saves this year. He still has a very high strikeout total. We've always been cautious with Munoz. They've never really let him pitch a lot over the course of any of these seasons.
Kind of a violent delivery, throws a lot of sliders.
Even the playoffs last year, I mean, he was out there, but he was not one of those guys going 2-3 innings like you see some closers in the postseason. Even in the playoffs, he was basically one and done. That's a strike. One ball, one strike on Peraza. Angels with runners on first and second here. Ground ball to short. Grabbed by Emerson. The Mariners turn their third double play tonight. And that one ends the ball game. 6-2, a frustrating one for the Angels, who go 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position today.
Yeah, a ton of opportunities to really put some stress on Seattle. Cole Young, what a game for him. 3 for 3. The Toyota player of the game, 2 home runs, single, 3 RBIs. Really the difference in the game was him swinging the bat.
We will wrap things up in just a moment.